What's up sub fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. So it's been a while since I made a video, and life has just been upside down and hectic the last month to say the least. In the last video we started up the rear wheel drive build, and since then I have not touched it at all. I have fixed some things for it which I will update you on in this video, and I have a plan for this build the coming days. But today we are going to start with an unboxing. So in the last video I talked a little bit about motivation, and to get motivation and to go out to the garage when it's cold outside and I have no heating element outside in the garage. My garage is connected to my house, so I get a little bit of heat from the house. But right now it's 4.9 degrees Celsius in here, so now it's quite okay. But of course, in the best of worlds, you would like to have like 20 degrees or something like that. So here we have a solution for that. So this is a diesel heater that's kindly been sent to me by Vevor. So I'm not paid to do this video, but I wanted to try out their product, so they sent me one. And also I got that in the last video in the comments. One of you guys said get a diesel heater, those China heaters, they are quite good. So here we go. I know there is like a million of these videos on the internet already, but when the electricity prices are skyrocketing, this is a really good solution to get the heat into the garage. So I have never had one of these, so I don't really know how to work it out, but we will see. So we got the actual diesel heater right here, together with the control to be able to turn it on and off. Then we got the instruction manual, and we got an additional box. Got a few clamps and screws. Here is a muffler for the exhaust, I think. And this will be the piping that goes on the front to blow the heat out. And here we got more parts for the exhaust. I don't know what this is, but we will figure it out. Oh, I think this is to make a hole through the wall if you want to put the exhaust fumes outside. That's my guess at least. So I skipped ahead a little bit. I needed to add 2 wooden pieces, so I will get some height from the bottom because of the exhaust. So the only thing that you do when you unbox this item is you add the air intake, which is this one right here, and then the exhaust, which is this one right here, and you have a little muffler right here at the top. So that is basically what you do. Then you have this blower pipe that will blow out the hot air, and now it's just to add the power supply for the heater and some diesel. So that's something that we're going to do right now. And then we are going to let the diesel heater run for a bit, and I will start to clean out the garage because it looks just like a mess. And since I have the plans going forward with this build, I need to have like a clean space to work with. Here I have done some work and just left all the tools and everything, all the supplies. So that needs to be taken care of. And here we can see the clock is 3 right now. Humidity is 77% and we have 5 Celsius. So I will fuel this up, let it run for a bit, and we will see what kind of temperature we will get in the garage. So it started to make noises and it's blowing air at least. So the knocking, I guess, is the pump that it's priming. So we will see when it starts to come exhaust fumes. So now I have ran the heater for full blast for about an hour. And you can see on the display it says 40 degrees Celsius. And when I started the machine, it said that it was 8 degrees in the room, and now it's 16 here where the machine is. But closest to the garage door where it's the coldest, the sensor now says 8.9. So we gained like 4 degrees in 1 hour, 4 degrees Celsius. I would say that that is quite good. It heats up the garage very quick. So if I would just let this run for like a couple of hours before I go out to the garage, I think I will have a quite nice environment to work in. And it doesn't like smell too terrible of diesel in here, even though the exhaust is inside of the garage. In the best of worlds it should be located outside, but right now it's just a test, so I don't want to make permanent damage to the walls or anything. I have tried out this control also and it works quite well. So here you have the off. Of course the camera died when I started to film, so I had to switch to another one. But as I was saying, the remote control works perfect for the unit as well. And it heated up the garage very quickly, I would say. 1 hour and we gained 4 degrees Celsius. So the option would be to use a conventional fan like this one. This is a 2 kilowatt fan. And if I remember correctly, this diesel heater produces around, I think it was like 1 kilowatt per 0.1 deciliter of diesel. So on a liter of diesel you will get 10 kilowatts from the diesel heater in the best case scenario. So right now with the electrical prices that we have, it's more efficient to run an electrical fan rather than to use this one. But this will heat up the garage much quicker than this one would. And as of the last couple of years, the electricity price has gone through the roof, and in those cases this would have been the better option. And of course if your household is without power or anything, this will also be very useful, because you just connect it to like a car battery and then it will run on diesel. So this is a good solution to have in the garage at least. I won't get rid of it, but I don't know how much I will use it. But going forward, the plans for the car right now, I need to continue to build the exhaust because that has not been done. I have got some burners because last couple of weeks it has been snowing and it has been true Swedish winter outside. So now I have studless 17-inch BBS wheels for the rear. I can't run 17-inch wheels for the front, but there I have the 19-inch wheels, also BBSs. So it would look quite sick, but just for the winter time, just to get the car out, I will use these tires. So I have two setups of rear tires going forward. And I have also a brand new battery for the trunk, which I will be installing, a really big battery. So this will last for quite a while, I presume. And as you saw from the last video, the engine is actually running and I have no leakage whatsoever. The only thing that's leaking right now is the steering servo reservoir. So if any of you has one of these laying around at home, because they usually don't tend to leak, but this one leaks on the side. And I think it's because it has been tossed around in the garage. It has been in that corner, in that corner. Yeah, so it probably has been crushed by something. So if any of you has one of these laying around, I would gladly accept it for the project. Otherwise I would just buy one. But that one needs to be changed at least. From the short startup that I did, I couldn't see any leakage of oil or anything. There was one drip of like servo oil when it entered the steering rack, but nothing after that. And I also noticed that the shifter linkage needs to be corrected a little bit because I can't find first gear anymore. And when I did the installation of the shifter, there was no problem at all. And now it doesn't spring back like it did before. So I guess something is loose. From this side it bounces back, but not from this side, so it stays in place. So we have something that's loose. So that needs to be taken care of. So everything needs to be disassembled here again to get access to the shifter linkage. But my plan and my goal is to get the car out of that door before New Year's Eve. It's quite a steep plan, but there is not too much to do to be able to do that. So exhaust build, shifter linkage fix, then maybe throw on some tack welds and throw on the hood, I don't know, or just leave it as is. Because I want to start to work with the exterior parts as well, because I have the side skirts right here that is going to be carbon fiber. I have the front bumper right here that is going to have some carbon fiber pieces as well. So I want to use the garage to make those carbon fiber parts. Also the rear view mirrors I think should be carbon fiber. And I have the rear spoiler for the car that should also be carbon fiber. So quite some carbon fiber work to do. But I know for a fact that the car starts, it runs. We just need to make sure that the rear wheels are moving and we could get the car into gear. But this was a little bit of a mixed video. Now I have some good space on the workbench to work again, and I have the floor to build the exhaust. And of course going forward I have some heat in the garage, so when it gets really cold I could start this a few hours before going out and it will be much more pleasant to work here. So I will leave a link in the description box below. There will also be a code if you want a discount on this machine. It's really cheap as it is and it does the job. So I could just highly recommend it if you don't have any sort of heating source in your garage. It was quite loud when it was running, but as I said, if you could plan your garage visit, start it up a couple of minutes prior to going out or a couple of hours prior to going out, then you can just switch it off when you get out and you could work in a nice temperature. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel because more videos is coming, and I hope to see you a few times before New Year's Eve, so stay tuned to the channel. Until then, bye.